So you clicked on this video because you understand that AI is the #1 online business model right now, but maybe you don't know how to get started, you don't know what kind of solutions to sell, you don't know if you should be posting content, maybe it's all of a big headache to you. Well, in this video, I'm going to be covering the top 3 AI solutions that are pretty high in demand right now in this whole AI market. And if you're brand new here, my name's Elliot. This is what I do for a living. I sell AI to other businesses through my company, ManyFlow AI, and I'm also here on YouTube teaching you guys how to get started or start building AI workflows, etc. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. So before we jump into these solutions, you have to understand one thing, right? Why do businesses want AI? Why is AI profitable to businesses? Why should they care? Well, businesses have problems from left to right. They've always had certain issues, and what we do is we just happen to solve their problem, but we just happen to use AI and then we wrap it around an AI solution. So we're coming into their business being like, hey, I have the solution to problem X. Do you want it? So to keep it quite simple, that's all it is. We don't have to overcomplicate things. Hey, you have problem X. Well, I have the solution right here. Do you want it? It just depends on how you frame your offer and how important it is to their problem. So jumping into solution 1, this would be chatbots. Now, I know what you're thinking. No, chatbots, they're outdated, they're old, no, not exactly, right? These are now fully fledged AI agents, just sometimes I call them chatbots. So things like putting them on a website, putting them through WhatsApp, through SMS, through Telegram, through some sort of custom coded front end if you want. We now have the ability to create fully autonomous AI agents, and these can become super powerful. With platforms like VoiceFlow or N8N, we can just configure the entire thing on there and deploy it on whichever platform the company would need. For example, looking at e-commerce, right? What's their biggest problem, right? Well, e-commerce stores usually want more sales, they want to save more time, they want higher conversion rates. Well, how would a chatbot, how would an AI agent actually solve that problem? Well, what you would do is you'd build this thing on VoiceFlow, and then you'd have a chatbot pop up on their website and start a conversation automatically, being like, hey, check out our new discount, or what can I help you find? And this goes directly into a conversation by upselling products. So now they don't actually have to do anything, but they're automatically talking to an AI, and the AI is recommending the specific products or upsell opportunities to that website visitor. So you're converting more website visitors in the e-commerce space, and then you would automatically connect that with like a Shopify backend or add it directly to their cart. A few months ago, we actually signed a pretty large e-commerce company, and we originally built this chatbot for upsell opportunities and product recommendation, and they loved it so much that we actually just removed it as a chatbot and we added it to a whole Shopify page. So now when a customer goes onto the website, there's this big page and they're chatting with an AI, and they're automatically getting recommended certain products, and then it automatically adds to their cart, and then they can check out directly. So this applies really well for e-commerce, but then if you're going to more like service-based businesses as well, like real estate companies that need lead qualification, and this also ties in directly into lead capture, right? Every time there's a new sale on that website, well, we also have all their information as well. We can add them to like a Klaviyo list, some sort of email marketing. Everything's also stored and saved. But now with AI agents, if we transition into maybe WhatsApp or Telegram or SMS, that would usually be more for lead qualification. So for example, like one of our real estate clients, every time there's a new listing inquiry, someone wants to go visit a property that they're interested in, well, they're automatically gonna get a WhatsApp text and then qualify directly, being like, hey, here are the questions I need to ask you. They ask the questions, and then once it's qualified, it'll actually just book an appointment to go get a property viewing. So that saves an enormous amount of time for these guys, not having to call and qualify leads every time. Be like, okay, well, we just had our AI take care of it, and now I just check my CRM and I see that I got 3 new leads here. They want to check this property on this day. Make sure it works with my calendar. Of course it does, because the AI has access to the calendar. And now we would have just saved that client a whole lead qualification process. Now, typically to build these out, I would use VoiceFlow, or I would just use N8N entirely and just connect everything through those 2 platforms. You don't actually have to code anything. But this is definitely one of the top solutions. It's just AI agents for upsell opportunities and AI agents for lead qualification and appointment setting as well. Now this brings us into solution number 2, which would be voice AI. Now this could either be through outbound or inbound, but a lot of the times inbound is really powerful because we can just have customer support completely automated, and in the sense of like checking basic questions, looking through a knowledge base, helping the customer out. And if it is too complicated, it's completely safe, right? There's no risk. It'll just transfer the call directly and then go through the salesman or the receptionist that would answer that typically. But it's a much smoother experience for the customer. They don't have to wait on hold for 20 minutes for just asking a very simple question, because that happens all the time. You want to call for something simple, they put you on hold, you're just going to give up and call someone else. So that would eliminate that factor. You have an AI answering and taking care of you automatically. Worst case, your question's too complicated, or what you need help with needs a human, well, it'll just transfer the call directly. And this can work as outbound as well, right? We can have, for example, the same thing as an AI agent on SMS or WhatsApp. Well, instead of when you get a new lead, it'll call them instead of text them. Or you can kind of upsell both opportunities into one package. You'll be like, hey, I'll have a WhatsApp agent, and then it'll automatically follow up. If there's no response, it'll have AI call them. You can get really creative with these, and they all kind of work together as well. And if you do want to build these, I typically go through Vappy or Retell AI. I think those are the two best platforms in order to sell voice AI. But a big use case that I've seen is usually more inbound, just people calling the number and it picks up automatically and then answers the question or routes. Pricing voice AI gets a little more flexible. You can either do a build cost and then a retainer base because you would get charged on usage, how many calls. So pricing these get a little tricky, but make sure to kind of do your research before actually selling these and how you want your payment to be planned out. Now this brings me into the third and final solution, and that would be social media automations. This is actually one of the things that my developers are working on right now for my own content. So all of my content is actually going to start being automated. And what we're doing is actually building a web app. We can just put in that Google Drive URL and have AI generate the caption for us. And then we select which platforms we want to upload to. And then we could use this using the Blotato API. Blotato is just a great platform for automatically posting to social media. And I have the whole backend being built on N8N. It'll like take in the video, transcribe it, create captions around it. And now for my team, we just plug in the URL and it automatically uploads to social media. So of course you're gonna want to target businesses that are active on social media. Not all of them are, or even selling this to influencers who post daily and they have a whole content team. Well, you could definitely replace that entire content team with this web app or with this N8N workflow, however you want to deploy it. Posting to social media definitely does take a while. I've seen it firsthand, having to write the captions or sending it through ChatGPT, then writing the hashtags and then scheduling. Well, we would automate that entire thing and you would sell your services. And now actually selling these 3 AI solutions would probably be for another video, to be honest. There's a lot more that goes into it, but I'll be brief. Essentially, businesses don't care about your tech stack. They don't care what you're using. All they care about is the solution to their problem. So you'll just be like, hey, I'm going to solve this with AI. Do you want it? And they'll say yes or no. But how do you actually get in front of businesses? Well, typically, if you're just starting out, you're going to want to do cold calling, which does suck and there is a low success rate, but sometimes it does pull through. And that's a great way to get started and just pitch your services that way. You could either do through warm outreach, find people that you know that has connections of people that own businesses, show them your product, be like, hey, I built this thing. I'd love for you to try it out. Let me know what you think. You can set up ads if you have a budget. You can set up email campaigns as well, just pitching your services that way. The more volume you do, it's not really just a numbers game, honestly, in business. The more outreach you do, the more you put this out there, the more you're going to get attention to it. So you can either post content if you want. There's a bunch of different ways to get your services in front of the right people. So what I would recommend is picking one of these services. Don't try to do all of them. Just pick one of them, learn it, get really good at it. So if you're building agents, learn voice flow really well. Build your service, build the entire solution, and then that way you can demo it off or show off to your lead how it works. So I wanted to make a quick video on this, kind of my thoughts and what I've been seeing clients come back to me for solutions or new leads coming in from YouTube and what they're asking. It's usually one of those 3 solutions. So just wanted to give you guys some free sauce here. And if you kind of want a recap of this video, well, in the description down below is going to be a link to my free AI school community. We'll all have a document outlining everything I talked about, pricing structure, what platforms you want to use. So just click down below, go to the classroom tab, and then you can just take a look at the document. You can download it, do whatever you want with it. And so if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Definitely helps my channel grow. And I will see you all in the next video.